Today we're going to examine how to do a blood clotting test using what's called the slide method. So there are a few things that we're going to need. First, I'm going to need to have a glass slide. Second, we'll need an alcohol prep pad. That's to clean my hand. Third, we'll need a lancing device to obtain blood from my finger. Third, we're going to need a bandage. So this is a little spot bandage. It's not going to be a lot of a prick. We'll also need a much smaller needle. We're going to use this to find the fibrin threads, or the threads that are formed in blood during the clotting process. And then finally, another glove. I'm going to put this on my hand after I've obtained my blood sample, so we don't spread excess blood around the room. All right, so let's get started. At my finger, I'm going to choose the side of my finger. I don't want to use the ends. The ends have a lot of sensitive receptors on them, so I'm going to use the side. Now first, you're not going to see in the video, but I'm going to hold my hand below the level of my waist and shake it a little bit. And that's going to try and get as much blood as possible in my finger prick so that I know that I'm going to get ample blood. I'll probably actually prick on this side of the finger. All right, so shaking my hand below the level of my waist. At the same time, whoops, I'm going to prep my lancet. I have to push my lancet in. I'm going to twist it. This is a single use. So again, shake my finger, shake my hand. Now I'm going to press it firmly to the side of my finger and press. Ouch. All right, so you can see that there's blood coming out already. I want to get a nice blood droplet. Probably try and get two. Milk my finger just a little bit. I'm going to put that on my slide. Let it go onto my slide. Maybe get just a little tiny bit more. Put it down on the slide as well. And I'm done. Okay, now I had already cleaned my finger with a prep pad before, but now afterwards I'm going to clean it once again. All right, so I'm going to clean that finger a little bit. All right, a little bit extra blood. I'm going to hold that to there while I get out my little spot here. All right, I'm going to put that over where I'm still bleeding a little bit. Press it around. All right, so that seals it in place. Now I'm going to put an extra glove back on. So let me put this glove back on, another glove on. There, now we have sealed this off. All right, so I'm making a note of the time. I'm looking at a clock, and so we're going to say now. I'm going to initially wait 1 minute before I start testing for my fibrin threads, because I know it's usually going to take between 2 and 6 minutes to really begin to see the fibrin threads. So I'm going to pause, and we're going to come back at 1 minute mark and do a brief test to see if there's any fibrin threads that can be found. All right, so it's been about a minute. Now I'm going to begin to look for any potential fibrin threads. I'm going to take my much smaller little needle. This is very fine point. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. And to look for my fibrin threads, I'm going to insert this down into the pool. I'm going to pull up and see if I see anything coming up with it. And right now I don't, but it's only been a little over a minute, so I'm not concerned. I'll pause and we'll check again in another 30 seconds. All right. In another 30 seconds, I'm going to examine it once again. I'm going to take my very thin needle. I'm going to insert it into my blood droplet and see when I pull up and see if I see anything coming up. And once again, nothing. But remember, it's going to take 2, sometimes up to 6 minutes before you see anything. So we're going to check again a little later. Another 30 seconds has passed. I'm going to check once again. Just look and pick it up a little bit this time. See if I can see anything. Nope, I still don't see anything. Now when I look down, I think I begin to see the beginnings of it. So I'm pretty sure on the next time I'll be able to see some little fibrin threads. I'm going to clean off my needle in case it's been picking up anything. All right, and we'll wait one more time. I bet we're going to see it the next time. All right, so we're going to look one last time, and now as I begin to dip in, I can begin to see as I pull up, it actually begins to pull up with, and I can see a tiny little thread. And in fact, material is beginning to build up on the end of my needle. Let me see if I can actually pull this really close to the camera lens and see if you can see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this close, but as I dip in, I'm going to dip in, begins to pull up a thread there. You can kind of see it's a little bit out of focus, but you can begin to pull up a little tiny thread. All right, so that's what you're looking for. You know, initially it may begin, whoa, now it's really clot. Once it begins to clot, it really goes fast. So as I dip in, I pull up a nice long thread, and it's really starting to clump up now. Once blood clotting has begun, it accelerates, and you can see that material is beginning to build up on the end of my little needle. That's all of the fibrin threads. All right, so when you're finished with this activity, we've got some blood here. We want to dispose of it. Now in my lab, all other labs will have their own protocol for disposing of material, but we're going to try and simplify this. I'm going to take everything here that might be contaminated with my blood. I'm going to group it together in this paper towel place that I've made, and we're going to wrap it all up as a single package. All right, so we'll wrap it up, and all of this is going to be put into a Sharps biohazard box. I know it's a little bit of a waste with all the paper towel, but there are some Sharps in there, and I really just want to make sure that this whole bench top is nice and clean. And afterwards, we're going to spray the area with a 10% bleach solution just to make sure that everything's cleared off. All right, thanks a lot.